everyone, I have a really easy DIY for you today. I'm going to teach you how to take a boring old t-shirt and transform it into a really cool tank top like this. Okay, so first things first, obviously you need to pick your shirt and lay it flat out on the ground, and then decide where you're going to want to cut. Personally, I don't measure or mark anything out when I do this DIY. I just kind of go freehand and based off of what I'm feeling and how I want the shirt to look. But a good rule of thumb is to always go by the seam. Where you see the seam of the t-shirt and the sleeve meeting, that's generally where you're going to want to start to cut. So right now you can see that I've started to already make my cut. I'm basically just cutting along the seam of the t-shirt just really slowly and trying to get an even line. So when you're done cutting, basically you'll have that clean seam right there, and all you're going to want to do is pull the t-shirt a little bit so it causes the hem to kind of roll in on itself, and it kind of gets rid of all those jagged edges and just creates a cleaner look. So I sped up this part because it's not really that exciting. I'm basically just cutting the other side and trying to make them even and just going with it. Once again, you can see that I'm pulling that hem and just causing the shirt to roll in on itself. Now comes the next part, and that is cutting the collar off. Once again, this is pretty easy, and I really don't feel the need to make any markings or anything like that, any measurements. I basically just go again by the seam, and I cut the collar off pretty much where the seam ends. I find that this method is pretty mistake-proof because honestly you can always go back and cut it and adjust it at the end. That's what I did when I was finished cutting. I put it on my body and kind of adjusted again. That's always a really good tip. Just start small with your cuts and you can always go back and make them larger and cut them to how you want later. For the third and final step, it's really easy, so I just kind of sped it up. All you want to do is take the hem off on the bottom, and this is completely optional. I just thought that with the hem still on the bottom, it kind of looked a little basketballish to me, so I just cut it off, as you can see. Just trimming and trying to keep a straight line, going a little bit above the hem and using the hem as a guideline. If you're a guy, this tutorial is really easy for you as well. Basically just cut longer armholes, and I would suggest not trimming the bottom of the hem of the t-shirt, and it'll kind of look a little bit more masculine, but it'll look really perfect on you. And after those 3 easy steps, you guys should be done. Obviously, like I said, put it on your body, and if it doesn't look completely right, you can always go back and cut it again. But I think mine turned out pretty well, and here's what it looks like on my body. After all the initial cuts, I would definitely recommend throwing it in the washer, and that'll just help the shirt to roll in on itself even more. So that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this DIY. It's just a really easy way to transform kind of a boring t-shirt into something a little bit more fun. If you like this video, please take a moment to subscribe and or hit the like button. I would really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!